Great to have you back on the show. This episode today is actually a replay from an episode originally aired early last year. Yet, I find it to be really timely right now as I've had this conversation out with other business owners. And so, if you find that you are in this place where you're playing a zero-sum game, meaning that you feel for someone else to win, you have to lose, and vice versa. They would have to lose for you to win. I'm here to tell you that there is enough. So, this is a conversation that I had with a fellow business owner here in Scottsdale that I immediately came and created this episode. And I just find yet again at the beginning of the year, it's super timely. So I invite you to tune in right now. This is a great one. Please share it with your community because I just can't say it enough. There is enough. There is enough. Now on to the show. Welcome to the business of being healthy, where we are passionate about treating our health as good as we treat our wealth. Sheley Brien here, and I am obsessed with sharing real life experiences and wisdom to help save you time, heartache, and money as you continue to grow personally and professionally. Twice a week, we push aside that BS to take massive intentional action. And I promise by tuning in, you will receive the straightforward talk you've been waiting for, filled with actionable steps that will inspire you to achieve the health and wealth you desire while you are building your empire. Welcome back to another episode. And today, this one is literally hot off a coffee I had with a friend, a colleague. And it's one that I know is truly going to impact either your life, or maybe you could share this with someone else to really help them. You may even be able to relate to that. And that's my goal today is that, I had this friend and we met for coffee. We met earlier this year. She's amazing. It's just so many great things, just hit it off, right? And during this coffee, we hadn't seen each other for a little bit. And during this coffee, she kind of sat down and I could tell she was just a little bit like depleted. And so as she, was telling me what was going on, her and I have a similarity as I used to work in a field that she currently works in many years ago. So I truly understand kind of what she is going through because I lived it. And so in this field, it's highly competitive, really like anything is today. And she's just, it's everything is going against me. Did you see this show that's on Netflix? Everything that I say, this person that has the show that's reaching millions is saying the opposite. Like, I need to address this and I need to retrain these people and their thought processes. And I need to do all of these things. And how am I going to compete against this guy that has a show on Netflix? And, the old ways of growing the business, like everyone else, doesn't work anymore. And I literally was just listening to her. I knew she needed a listener and I was listening to her, but I could feel where she was because I've been there previously. It was literally like I was looking at myself in the mirror as early as last year. And I still kind of work on this every day, but I just simply looked at her and listened as she was going through all of these hard, competitive, scarcity mindset that was coming out in her words. And I just looked at her. And when the moment arrived, I looked at her and I said, there is enough. There is enough business. There is enough clients. There is enough personalities. There is enough success for that person to win as you to win. And it was like, she finally blinked, took a deep breath, and was like, thank you. I don't share that story to be like, oh, yay, Sheley, give me the pat on the back for like saying that. I share that because so much of what is going on right now, we can look at social media, we can look at our business, we can look at these big, audacious goals that we set for ourselves. And if it's like so hard we start going scarcity. There's not enough. It's too hard. I can't do it. All of this. And we start thinking that there isn't enough potential clients. Have you been there? Like I said, I was there as short as last year. I was there looking at competitors being like, they're going to take my clients. They're going to do this. Have you ever thought that? It was like one of those big eye-opening moments for me. And I've really been digging into this lately because I wanted to understand more where the scarcity mindset came from, because I needed to understand how it got to me so that I could then be able to recognize it, reflect on it, and move forward. So I'm hoping that you're following along here, because this may open up something that you weren't ready or weren't aware of. So I'm going to share my story in hopes that it helps to inspire you to dive in a little bit more if you also share in a scarcity mindset. Now, when I look back, I grew up in a high achievers household. Anyone else? I was only given attention or love based upon the next achievement that I had, whether it was in school or for me, it was my horses. That's another big part of my life, is that I competed on horses since I was 5 years old, right? And when you think about that, if you are competing in a sport, which I highly recommend my kids do it, I present it to them a little bit different now, but in horses, there's only one winner, right? In the Super Bowl, there's only one winner. So in order for one person to win, the other person has to lose. See how this trend is going? And again, in the achiever mindset in my household growing up, is that I had to win to get the attention. I had to win to get the love. Okay. That carried on to my horses. Same thing. I got the attention when I won. That means someone else lost. Guess what I did after that? Then I was in the financial industry. For me to win and get out of the bullpen, I had to win. Someone else had to lose. If they won, I lost. Let me carry that on to the pharmaceutical sales. That's where I first started in pharmaceuticals. I had a long career there, but I first started in sales. And it is stacked ranked. That is the epitome of like creating scarcity mindset, is I was stacked ranked again. So in order for me to win all the prizes, all the money, all the commissions, someone else had to lose. So I always made sure to like keep my tactics to myself. I had to, win at all costs. And that was, as you've been following along, that cost was my health more often than not. So I have looked back now and I've seen like my entire kind of upbringing into the thing that I love to do, my horses, and now into my career. I have been almost conditioned to develop a scarcity mindset. And so when I started looking at that, I started questioning a lot of those beliefs. I started questioning, is it really true that you have to win for me to lose, or the other way around? And is it really true that if I win, someone else has to lose, or vice versa? If they win, that means I lose. I have been really diving into this over the last 18 months, trying to uncover and really understand that scarcity mindset. And that is what I found is a lot of what I was bringing up, a lot of the environment that I was in, a lot of the activities that I was participating in were actually developing a stronger scarcity mindset. And so while that was really hard to go through and figure out like where it all came from, and some people could argue against it. Quite honestly, some people are probably going to be like, don't look in the past, just keep looking forward, change where you are. I'm in a big belief that you need to understand where you've been so that you can change the trajectory if needed going forward. And so I just highly, highly recommend being able to do that. So now I can tell you, because I've been doing this work, because I've been trying to understand, because we hear this all the time, scarcity mindset, abundant mindset, and we think it's like, they're just more buzzwords. I swear, I've been on this like buzzword kick, and it's just crazy to me. And it's like, what does that really mean? And so I titled this episode, There Is Enough, because at the end of the day, there is enough. There is enough of you. There is enough of business out there. There is enough people out there and potential relationships that you can create. So I have made a big transformation. I'm telling you, I'm not done. I've started my big transformation of going towards that abundant mindset. And I wanted to provide you with the 3 things that I've been doing that have made the most impact in transitioning towards that. There is enough. There is plenty out there for all of us. So let me share these with you now, because I wanted to give you not only the heart and the mindset behind it, but I also want to give you kind of the science and the tactics so that you can, if you do the work, be able to take actionable steps and make the changes that you desire. So the first thing that I would say is to surround yourself with the right people. We hear this all the time, but these people that have more of that there is enough mindset, they have seen things and experienced things that your brain hasn't yet. And so it is sometimes hard for us to be like, yeah, I want to be abundant. I want to be abundant, but we don't know what that looks like. And so if we surround ourselves with people that think like that talk like that take action like that, our mind, we will start to be able to recognize all of these traits and all of these activities and all of these thoughts and mindset and processes that they have and be able to embody them. Now, I'm very fortunate. My husband, Chris, he is very focused on so much. And right now with our general contracting business, all the time, he's almost more stressed out because there's so much business to be had. It is a really cool thing because he'll be saying it almost from like a stressful point of view, but this is where we're getting ready to scale our business. And it's just the coolest thing when he's like, there's just so much business. There's so much business. There's so much that we can get. It's so exciting. And he sees it. I'm not there yet. I'm not. So surrounding myself with him, having business conversations with him has really helped me significantly. If it's not your spouse, and it might not be, find that friend. Like I was that friend for my friend with coffee. Now, the other thing that I've done is listen to podcasts, because sometimes we can't find that person, or sometimes our time is short. But if you find pockets in your day, on a treadmill, on the gym, driving in between meetings, waiting to, watching the kids play soccer at night, put in your earbuds, listen to a podcast. 2 of my favorites are Ed Milet's 2.0. These are his Thursday episodes, or go way back to his first episodes where it was just him. When he's alone, he is fire. And what he shares in his transformation, holy cow, when you want to talk about abundance and leading from his own personal experience. So I absolutely recommend him and Alex Hormozi, because he has lived in so many times of failure to only come out in success. And so while he teaches and gives so much about building businesses, it's his mindset that I want you to listen to when you listen to those 2 podcasts. And of course, come here and join me on the business of being healthy, because I'm going to share the good, the bad, the ugly, the messy, the triumphant, in hopes that it helps you succeed faster in whatever that looks like for you. Now, the third thing, and probably the hardest one, and I actually did an entire episode on this. It was episode 42. So I'd highly recommend going back and listening to that, but it was to question your beliefs. So in that conversation that I had with my friend over coffee, I started questioning some of her beliefs. And this is something that even you could enlist a friend, a colleague, a business partner to sit across from you and be like, hey, I have some of these beliefs. Is it true? Because so often we have told ourselves, or maybe we had a crappy experience, and that experience has now ingrained into our brain, and we think it only happens that way. When in reality, that is a story that we've been telling ourselves. That is an experience that made a profound impact on our life. But if you start questioning some of your beliefs around scarcity, questioning your beliefs around business, because you need to find the truth. You need to find the people that are doing it And then when you see that, question your belief when you see the proof over there. So my 3 things again, surround yourself with the people that have that abundant mindset. Listen to podcasts. I give 2. I'll make sure to link them in the notes. Lastly is question your beliefs. I have that whole episode 42, where I actually take you through a complete tactical way in questioning your beliefs. So my hope is that with this episode, you might be in this period like my friend, or I know I have been there too and still work on it to this day. And I hope that today's episode is something that you save so that when you have that kind of scarcity mindset, you come back to it. And I hope that maybe if you have a friend that's going through it right now, be that friend for them, send them this show, sit down with them over coffee, have them tell you their beliefs and help them question them. Now, I was so grateful. I mean, it really was divine timing that I was able to be that friend for my colleague, my friend over coffee. And I'm here to tell you that if you sound like my friend, or maybe you grew up kind of like I did, is that you know now, listening to this, that there is enough. I'm here to tell you there is enough business for all of us out there. There is enough love, there is enough relationships, and there is enough of you to be able to go get it. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This one hit me hard, and I'm so glad that you shared some time with me.